Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and on this channel we like to walk a very fine line between a shopping addicted makeup monster and a responsible adult with a makeup hobby. Now, I really enjoy eyeshadow, singles, duochromes, multichromes, blush, highlight, lip gloss, basically everything except pressed glitter. And today I'm super excited because we're going to be trying out the Wizards palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick with me. We're getting into it right now. Now I gotta say, so when the brand first came out, they were doing like sort of standard, I would say like less exciting packaging, and they've since sort of rebranded to this like stained glass packaging, which I just think is super pretty. And this one joins their other palettes, which you can see on their little info card here. I think I have the old version of this one and Rogue, and then I have the newer version of Fighter and Warlock, and I'm still missing Bard and I'm missing Druid, so at some point I'll be picking those up. I don't know when. So I'm going to use the Divina eye primer, which is the Prelusion eye primer, because it's been one of my favorites so far. I am almost done testing out all of these different eye primers that I've picked up. So I cannot wait to be finished with all the eye primers so that I can kind of give you my full thoughts on a bunch of different primers at once. And so this is what the color story looks like inside, which I think is super duper pretty. I do think that the two light blue mattes and the two dark blue mattes look awfully similar. So we'll have to see in swatches how similar they really look, or if that is just, looking similar in pan, but they perform differently on the lid. The three metallics down the center I think look very pretty. I think they are all duochrome. And then the Graviturgy shade here, that is predominantly like a navy blue black duochrome, has also holo in it. So it is a holochrome, which is awesome. And I think the shade that I'm most excited about is Conjuration, which is this like blue to sort of lilac iridescent shade with like yellowish gold sparkle in it. And I'm going into the shade Incantation first, which is the darker of the two light blue shades. Yeah. And see, I'm pretty fair, right? Like, I'm half ghost, and I still need to sort of pack this shade on to have it show up. So I think the even lighter shade is probably not going to show up very well at all. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna grab a bit of Spellbook to put on like the inner third, which is that like golden kind of cooked egg yolk color. So I've got that sort of egg yolk color on the inside here, and then on the outside I have the lighter blue Incantation. I think next I want to go into one of the deeper blues. Now in the pan itself, I feel like this shade definitely pulls a little bit more of like a straight like navy blue, and this one has almost like a blue purple undertone. Like it pulls a slightly different color in pan as I look at them under very bright lights. I don't know that that would necessarily translate on the lids though. And I do think you have these very light like pastel type shades, and then you have very, very deep mattes. and we don't have a lot of in between. So it may take a little bit of work to sort of smoke those out and blend them together. Going in with Telepathy. And see, let me see if I can zoom you guys even a little bit closer. So now we can see all the flaws. With these two shades, now that I've put the deeper matte down, you almost lose the lighter matte entirely because it is so pastel. So that kind of sucks. Okay, and for sake of curiosity, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Intellect, which is the sort of like purpley navy. Yeah. And then just try to blend all that out one more time. One benefit of having such like pastel mattes for the yellow and the blue is that you really don't get a lot of green where they overlap, which is nice because I think in this particular setting the green would be unwanted. And I'm just trying to blend that out more definitively. Cool. So this is the matte situation we have going on. I think it's time for some metallics, and kind of want to use all of them. Yeah, I don't know. We might do some of this shade, and I definitely want to use this shade. I definitely want to use that shade. But let's see how we can sort of make that work together. The glitter glue that I'm going in with is the Specular glitter glue from Divina again. And I think, at least when I bought them back on Black Friday, you could buy the two as a bundle. I think it's like 20 bucks. But yeah, I don't know if they still have the bundle now. Okay, so we've got our glitter glue on. I'm gonna go with Conjuration first, which is a moment of silence. Oh, Oh gosh. Okay, and then Graviturgy, which is the hollow. Can we see the hollow? Oh, yeah, you can see it. Okay, I don't mean to be the person that gasps at everything, but holochromes still leave me speechless. Awesome. And I would like to use a little bit of divination in between them, which is the dark metallic blue. And I just want everything to kind of blend together seamlessly with that blue. I don't want a ton of that blue showing up. So I think I was able to sort of capture that well. So that is looking good for the upper part of the eye, I think at least. Let me step away, put on my base, my brows, and we'll come back and do the lower lash line. So I'm in the process of testing out the new About Face foundation. I have the shade F0 Cool, so literally the ghost shade. And it is a little light for me, but I did just order one of the like the next step down in the cool undertone to see if the two mixed together would be more my skin tone, and I'm super excited for that. All right, back to the wizard. Yeah, we need to do a lower lash line and we need to do an inner corner. So I think I'm gonna take a little bit of intellect and then I'm going to run that into divination on the inner third of my lash line and then Meteor Storm on the inner corner because that will use up all of the metallic non-matte shades. All right, so going in with intellect first. All right, and then divination, which is the metallic blue shade. Okay, and I did just get a little bit of fallout here, and I had one little piece fall out right there. All right, and now Meteor Storm, which is the sort of golden yellow duochrome. Ooh. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for one of my favorite of all time eyeliners, which is Urban Decay Sabbath. So hold please. You see how little it is? It's like one eyebrow long now. Okay, let's get some mascara on and then I'm gonna get some blush and highlight and a lip of some kind, and then we will talk about this look. I'm going to hold myself here, hopefully. I will not move around too much because my camera does not seem to want to focus, so I'm so sorry if I pop in and out of focus. In terms of the color story, I do think this is a very pretty color story. However, these two mattes and these two mattes are super duper similar. In terms of the pastel ones at the top, this one had trouble showing up on my skin tone, like you can just barely see it in camera. I can see it a little better in person, but it's definitely very faint, so this is going to be almost non-existent. This might as well be white. These two shades are both very deep, and the trouble that I have is that trying to combine these two deep mattes with these two light mattes, you're going to do a lot of blending back and forth to try to get them to work together because you don't have something mid-tone. So I almost wish there was something blue that was mid-tone in here just to sort of marry the lighter and deeper mattes together more effectively. This yellow I think is very pretty, and it's sitting underneath the inner corners and in the inner third of my lid. I do kind of lose it in the metallics that I've put over top of it, but it generally blends out nicely into the skin. Like it doesn't look like I have nothing on there in a way that is sort of lacking. So I do still like that matte as well. But again, it's super duper light, and the only thing you have to blend it into are blues. Take with that what you will. Now in terms of the metallics, I love the metallics. Okay, so this duochrome here obviously is on the inner third of my eye. I think that is a really pretty blue. It is like a aqua turquoisey kind of blue, and it has this kind of yellowy greeny kind of shimmer in it that doesn't pool super golden in my mind. Then this one I have on the inner corner, which almost pools a little bit lime in certain lighting. Really like that. This blue I use to sort of mix out the inner and outer metallics on my eye look, and I have it smoked out on the inner corner. I think it is a really beautiful pop on the lower lash line. And then as far as this HOLO Chrome, absolutely I love this HOLO Chrome. The shade here definitely goes from like a navy blue to like a purple to kind of a cranberry at its extreme angle, and then you have all that hollow pigment in there, which is just so fun. So overall, love the packaging. I love the non-matte shades that are in here. The mattes, I think there's a little too much same. But the good news with the new Fantasy Cosmetica palettes is that all of these shades are magnetic. So if you agree with me, you could pop them out and you could switch them up with some of the other mattes that you have in your personal collection, or just mix two palettes together when you're doing your eye look. Price-wise, I think this is $38.99. I think that's their price point. And in terms of the price, I think it's a pretty reasonable price. One of the things I found kind of interesting is that the price didn't change when they upgraded their packaging to the magnetic pans and to the better quality art. So I suspect they are getting less of a profit margin, or they're ordering in larger volumes that they could kind of absorb that extra cost. Either way, I think that's more reasonable. For the original palettes that did not have the fancier artwork, they did not have magnetic pans, it felt a little steep. So I'm happy to see that they've sort of brought up the quality so that it makes more sense with what you're getting. In this one, the HOLO Chrome, I know you can buy all these separately, but I think this one is like $18.99 or $19 by itself. So if you just wanted this, it almost makes sense just to buy the whole palette because of the fact that then you get so many extra shades and you get the palette packaging that you can, like I said, remix to your heart's delight. If you are somebody who is definitely more into mattes than metallics, I would say pick one of the light mattes, one of the deep mattes, maybe the yellow if it intrigues you, and buy them separately, because I don't think having all of those mattes is 100% necessary. All right, and with that said, I think that is everything for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I'll see you in my next one.